and fam until 9 o'clock. Cindy Kelly is here. She's a shopping expert with Flyerland.ca. Good morning.
Morning.
So we're talking about gift etiquette. It can get a little tricky around this time of year. Who you're giving stuff to, what you're giving, and we've been receiving some questions from our viewers. So let's just get right to that. This person is asking, and this is one, should I get something for my boss? And if the answer is yes, what's an appropriate gift?
Well, I think the whole office situation is a little bit tricky. I am inclined to not do a lot at the office, and it sort of creates an expectation of reciprocity. But, you know, if you have a personal friendship outside of the office, then I think you treat that personally, not necessarily at the office.
Right. So not even the boss is getting something.
You know, you don't want to be perceived the wrong way by doing something for your boss either.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Right?
As a brown noser.
Absolutely.
So this reaction is always the most stressful part, I find, of receiving a gift. You don't know how. So if you're getting something that you already own, when you open it, how should you react?
You know, it's tricky.
Fake it.
Being gracious. One has to be gracious, and I mean, it's great to be giving, it's great to be receiving, and we're all pretty lucky right now. So yes, I try to be genuine, and you know, if you can't say a whole lot, keep it sweet and just move on. If you can,
Well, let me ask a question then, based upon that, should you get something? You're saying should you get something you already have, right?
Yeah.
With any luck, you might have a gift.
Just a minute. I'm getting to it.
I know, I'm looking over your shoulder.
Alan from Toronto asked this question. My mother thinks it's bad manners to give away a gift someone gave me. What do you think? Is it okay to re-gift?
You know, I think if your daughter's just gotten 3 shrink-wrapped copies of the new One Direction book, that is a beautiful re-gifting opportunity.
Yeah.
Really?
If it's been in your basement for 3 years, maybe not so. So if you didn't love it, you really need to think about the recipient. Are they going to love it?
Right.
That's where it all ends, right?
Oh, I see.
I like, and someone asked in here, giving, I was saying earlier, I give a gift card to my kid's teacher because I just feel like I don't want to give them the box candy, the mug that says world's best teacher.
Or try to guess.
Or try to guess. But some people think that that's bad form because it doesn't show enough thought.
Well, gift cards, I mean, I think we've come a long way. Giving a gift card is giving them the gift of getting what they really want. And there are so many ways you can personalize it. I mean, put it in a little cello bag with a Christmas tree ornament, some truffles, or write a nice little note, wrap it up beautifully. I mean, you can make something impersonal, a lot more personal if you put a bit of a touch on it.
Rather than just give it to them.
Rather than just sort of hand it over and fill out the card as you're passing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that's probably not so great.
There you go.
Okay, this one's from Dan from Brampton. He asks, should I make a quick excuse if someone gives me a gift and I don't have anything to give back in return?
Well, you know, most of us, I hope, are giving without the expectation of receipt, and it does put you in a very awkward spot. You know, I think people probably realize that they're giving genuinely. They're not necessarily expecting something back, so it's almost more awkward to make the excuse. And
But
then
you always do. It comes out of your mouth.
We
before
try
you,
to be so good, don't we?
But you always say, oh gosh, I didn't get you anything. You know what? You always say that.
I always think that people should keep like 3 bottles of wine and they're drunk or something.
Just to have ready, right?
Ta-da! Yeah.
Well, most of us are trying to get away from giving a lot of stuff, so maybe sometimes just receive and be very, very gracious, and there's always a chance if they're friends or family to do something else for them.
This is why Christmas is so stressful, and it's so much easier to give a gift on a birthday.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to, there's no exchange required.
Or not give gifts at all. So here's Lisa from Lisa from Thornhill. I hate the gifts my relatives give me each year. Is it okay to ask for cash for Christmas and birthdays?
I think that is tricky. Lots of us have family that mean well. I mean, most Canadians are going to spend almost $700 on gifts this year, and we're still going to get some things wrong, right? So maybe there's an opportunity to say to some of your family, hey, this would be something really important to me. Perhaps you could pitch in. I mean, those conversations can happen very nicely.
Yes.
Maybe there's an opportunity to explain to them something that you really love or that you'd love to do. I think most people mean well. If they're still not giving you things that you love, again, it comes full circle to let's try to be gracious.
Right. Should you always include a gift receipt? That just kind of makes things easier, doesn't
Unless
it?
I know it's 100% on target, I always include a gift receipt, and then they get to go fix that error for me, right?
And you don't need to know about it. They can
It's
love
all looked
it
after.
in front of you.
And I've not created an awkward situation by having to have them ask me.
Right. Exactly. What were you saying earlier about the gas card?
Yeah, have you ever given gas cards? Because I think that's so practical, and you know they're going to use it. But it also feels a little, does it feel a little tacky to be like, here's money for your gas?
There are lots of great options right now. I mean, people are giving experiences, people are giving things that are uber fun, people are giving things that are very practical. Times are tough.
Yeah.
And again, I think you can take the gas card and say, hey, this is for me, you know I care, and put a bow on it, do something special with it. It doesn't have to be sexy to be well used and well thought.
That'd be one of those things that I'd find in my wallet and be like, oh yeah!
Score! Yeah, guess!
No, exactly, you don't have to, it's something that you just don't have to pay for yourself. But
Yeah.
I mean,
just
it is
feels
very
like this
practical.
time of year,
You
it
can
is
probably-
very practical, but I guess it depends on the person too, right? Like, when
Don't
it
give it to your wife or your husband.
Exactly. Start with the recipient in mind. My mom would not love a gas card from me.
Yes.
It's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
There's always one person in every family that's got the reputation of being impossible to buy for. Or they've got everything. This is usually what happens to
Right.
fathers. Fathers, if they live long enough, get into that category.
They tell you, don't get me anything. Right. I'm not going to get my dad something
Yeah.
for Christmas. Not
Right.
helpful,
That can
right?
often be a really tough buy.
that used to be the classic with my mom. What do you want this year for Christmas, Mom? Knee-high stockings. I'm like, I'm not giving you knee-high
I
stockings.
can't even tell anyone I'm going to give you my stockings. It's not going to work.
It's changed since, but there were a few years and we're like, nope, come on. Yeah.
With my dad, I've tried to say, Dad, if you can't think of something, maybe we could do something that means something to you. Is there a cause that's important to you? Do you have a friend that's involved with something that we could give to? And try to get them focused in some other direction other than don't get me anything, honey.
Right.
Okay.
And then again, I like the idea of if someone's impossible, maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe everyone thinks they're impossible. You
Yeah.
can get together with other family members and get them a larger gift. Maybe take them out to dinner, do something experientially,
good idea.
which people love these days, especially as folks get older, less
Yeah.
about stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can do something that would be more significant to them that we couldn't all afford in smaller gifts.
Right.
Right?
Great advice, Cindy Kelly. Thanks so much. She's a shopping expert with Flyerland.ca. Thanks to everybody who sent in their questions as well. It's 8:29. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thanks. Good fun.
Thanks.